All right, what's up? So it's the 24th. Tesla reports after hours today. This is a big earnings report. A lot of people are going to have money on the line here. A lot of people are going to have money not on the line here. That's what's even more important. People are afraid of this earnings report. There are things happening. There are catalysts here. This is a big deal. This is a big deal not only for the NASDAQ, because NASDAQ got its ass saved yesterday by what Tesla did, going up 12%. But anyway, we got some charts here. We got some things to look at. We really went into the detail. We went deep into it. We got a game plan set. We know what we're looking for. We don't know what you're looking for. Hopefully you enlighten us. We'll enlighten you. We got some charts here. We got some notes. Anyway, we're going to transition. And this is the outlook for Tesla here.
My name is Bob, so we will be looking at this chart together. So we put together a quick little timeline of basically just the earnings calls. I mean, we didn't go into the nitty-gritty of when Elon Musk was tweeting about his mistress or whatever he was doing for a while there.
Yeah, we didn't really go into that. Dude.
Yeah.
We were focused more on what's going on with Tesla stock and what moved Tesla stock more so than what the fuck was going on with Elon Musk.
And we highlighted the earnings on here particularly well. So just a brief synopsis of what was going on back then is that, let's see here, in November 7, 2017, they missed production numbers. 1-3, they missed production numbers. Now, it's important to remember about these production numbers is that they were those 5,000 piece production
numbers. In November, we should say that they pushed off production numbers until Q2 of 2017.
Yeah, I mean, they kept delaying. They were missing
they missed it. They missed it. Yeah, they
were
missed
missing
it.
their targets.
But that's technically their excuse for it.
Yeah. What we think from basically January into, April is that it was more of a macro thing than a Tesla thing. If you remember, the markets ran up. Everyone was all optimistic. I mean, Boeing was on fire. The Dow was on fire. Everything was on a bull run, and that came to an end. So
it followed the NASDAQ chart.
Yeah, it followed the NASDAQ chart. We got that above here in the red, and so as you can see, there's not a lot to learn about Tesla, the company there. That's much more macro. 5-2, that was the earnings call where he said that that caller was boring and a bonehead for asking him about the financials.
He proceeded to take 7 minutes of a YouTuber's calls though. So
we would call him.
I would absolutely call him. If Elon Musk would like to make a presence on this show, I will take his call.
Yeah, I think that, and he might come on once he finds out our position on Tesla. Quite frankly,
dude, he likes that.
Yeah, he'll like it. So it peaked here. I mean, we didn't really look up why. It just peaked. It was between earnings.
We tried to look up why, but there's no real good.
This time, I mean, this is when he really started getting on Twitter, and I remember watching on CNN. The whole market sentiment was really negative on Tesla around this time. Do you remember that? How negative people were about Tesla?
I remember. Yeah, Tesla should have been in its grave a long time ago.
Yeah, in the May time frame, it was definitely like a negative meme stock. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
Very negatively. No one was long Tesla really, at least publicly at that point. Which is weird why it ran up so high, but it went back down by the time their next earnings, which was on 8/1. Which, interestingly enough, they said was the
pedo guy.
The pedo guy, the pedo guy might have been
the pedo guy.
Yeah, he was in there sometime too in April, and I also think, or in May, and also that's when his girlfriend came out. When I think that was at the Royals' wedding or something. I really don't remember what it was, but
all of a sudden he's dating some goth girl, punk rock singer or something. Someone came out.
It really isn't the most important news in the world. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Elon Musk is Elon Musk. We'll get into Elon later, but that is.
Yeah, we're talking about the stock right now.
Yeah, right now we're talking about Tesla, and so. 8/1 was actually a very interesting earnings report, which we'll go more into. It was their last earnings report. They made some hefty promises. That it was different than the hefty promises that they made prior, though. The hefty promises they made prior were more Elon Musk. That 5K goal that they missed in November, that they missed in January. Well, he said on 8/1 is that when they made it. And so they were pretty happy about that. They came out with some good things, and the stock reflected it. After that 8/1 earnings call, the stock ran up, and then for some godforsaken reason, Elon Musk secured funding.
He secured funding, and there was a whole bunch of people on certain forums out there that said they were going to buy mortgages so they could buy Tesla stock.
Yeah.
Because it was guaranteed and they were going to push for lawsuits.
It really is.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. But anyway, it was a stupid call. He didn't need to do it. Everything was gapping up anyway. Tesla was going for a run. If he had not done that funding secured thing, and Tesla showed no weakness in between now and then,
it would have had a good quarter.
It would have had a great quarter.
Yeah.
It would have with the earning expectations coming up. It would have had a great quarter.
You know, the last quarter and the losses that went down. I mean, you can see the losses in the graph. Obviously, it definitely has more to do, in my opinion.
Dude, look at how the Nasdaq played. Dude, the Nasdaq went up and sold off. Dude, if Tesla went up and sold off at the end, dude, we'd be sitting at that funding secured line almost, dude. If Elon Musk just showed his fucking
he really screwed up. And then,
dude,
but you know what? It's settled. It's not. I don't think it's the most important thing anymore. I think it's settled. I mean, I don't think, you know.
Yeah, funding secured is no longer a deal. He settled it with the SEC.
Yeah, he's not on the board, which is probably better for the shareholders. I mean, that guy's come out over and over again, and you know, his number one priority is not for the shareholders. I think we can all say that pretty confidently. Getting him off the board and getting someone whose number one priority is the shareholders may help this stock, but we'll talk more about that later too, as we go in.
On 9/28, he was charged by the SEC, though. We should bring that up.
Yeah, that's an important one too, but they settled. I think the judge accepted it sometime in October.
Yeah. It was bad. He declined the first one. He took the second offer. He ended up paying more.
Yeah.
But that's just what a fucking idiot.
It's really the only time I've ever heard of anything like this happening.
Yeah, quite honestly, dude. I'm pretty sure people are in jail for far less than what Elon did. But.
So I think we should talk about Tesla on a macro level of what we think. We went through a brief little history about it, but you know, we were talking about it before, and I think it's safe to say that before this earnings call, we were both very bearish on Tesla.
I couldn't be more bearish.
Honestly, it was.
You break it down, you read what those people wrote in August, and it's hard not to be bullish.
Yeah, when you talk about like the Tesla fanboys that are online, you know, you run across them everywhere, and it's just so easy to look at that. The financials are terrible. I mean, we all know what the financials are. And then Elon Musk himself, you know what I mean?
Elon isn't helping anything.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I also one more thing. If I always say this too, and I always said this coming up to this. If the market's going to crash, which it usually crashes in October, Tesla is going to be the bloody point of the spear. You know what I mean? This is the stock that is like pure speculation. It's running its course. It's way higher than what it should be, and if the market drops 10% tomorrow, Tesla's going to be right. Tesla's going to be the one, you know.
Tesla's the one that pulled it back today.
Definitely one of the horsemen.
Tesla came back. Tesla was down.
It went up like 12% day before earnings. It had it running up in the whole 9 yards. So, our overview on Tesla, so that you have an idea. You want to say it?
What?
The Dan Dunn Show.
All right. So for Tesla to succeed, all they have to do is produce. All they have to do is produce, and they have to deliver. The demand is there for Tesla. They just need to run a business. They just need to run a business. There's a need. There's a demand for it. They are the ones who are supposed to meet the supply for it. They are so far ahead of everyone else in the field for it that if they just ran a business, they can meet the demand for it, and the supply funds Tesla. Then it'd be through the roof, and that's why Tesla's evaluation is so high when you dig deeper through it.
Yeah.
It's the catalyst, the driving force of these this earnings report for us is the production, the deliveries, and the cash flow. Cash is king. Cash flow needs to improve though. They can't lose any more money. They can't borrow any more money. They can't do the interest rates are rising. The credit spreads are tightening. Like, you cannot lose any more money in this economy, and that, dude, Tesla has been giving a lot of bones. They've been giving breaks at the breaks at the breaks. You get incentives for buying Teslas. Those expire next year. There are so many things that went right for Tesla to thrive, and you have the CEO doing all this shit that I'm looking at on this chart here. And anyway. That's the brief overview of that. Bob, maybe you can dig into the earnings, or you want me to go with the outlook? But just, dude, Tesla's been given so many breaks lately. It's not even funny, and that's honestly why people tend to be so bearish on it. But when you get deeper into the outlook of it, it's these people are saying they're going to do a lot of things. Yeah,
I mean, Tesla, once again, their earnings report that they came out last quarter, but it was different than the other promises. The other promises were like these extravagant production weekly quotas that the people didn't even think. And we did the math on it, and it seemed like this quarter they promised less, but the numbers were more promising. But we'll get into that in a minute. I mean, just like Dan said before, the overall macro, what you're looking for on this earnings call is all going to be
production
and deliveries,
cash flow.
Yeah.
Is Tesla burning through capital?
Yeah. It's all about the cash flow.
Yeah.
If they don't hit the cash flow here, if it doesn't get better, and this company with the interest rates rising, I mean it's going to be hard to justify what they're doing out in the desert. And the crazy part is that they have the demand. It's obvious. There's a backlog. People want them. They just have to produce them. And production and deliveries. Are they cutting them out the factory and are they delivering to people's driveways?
And they're so far ahead of the game against their competition that they have such an advantage right here.
Yeah. So let's go to the earnings report. This is the quarter 2 earnings report. We're looking at page 1 here, just straight at the top. And I mean, the numbers are the numbers. We'll go through the numbers later. To me, these margin numbers are kind of they're not the most important things in the world.
I don't think that they're massively important.
No.
I think that they represent something. But
yeah, I think that if you had one thing to look at, the most important thing on Tesla is down here, page 4. Cash and liquidity is its own section. Very important, which we'll get into in a minute. But really, the outlook, right? So, what are they saying moving forward? This is what's most important. A very bullish outlook. You can't say this is a very bullish outlook. You want to take it over?
Yeah, I'll take this over. But when they were writing out this outlook, they had very few thoughts about what would happen if they didn't make it. They were fully sure that they were going to make this outlook. What they're promoting here is a massive bullish movements in production. They met their 5K per vehicle week. They're expecting an increase of 75 to 95% in production. These are massive production increases. They're expecting the deliveries to outpace production, and they're expecting their delivery process, their delivery system to stabilize in Q3, which would be huge and they're expecting an outpace of production. They're expecting a massive increase in deliveries, and they're expecting it to outpace the production. I mean, dude, you couldn't get any more bullish on that. Cash flow improvements driven by production and deliveries. Both of those couldn't be more on the extreme size of massive bullish flags. Bullish promotions, I should say. But the end of the story is cash? Are they going to burn through the cash? Are they going to go down and are they going to just burn through these cash? Is Tesla still burning through the capital? The deliveries, I mean, dude, if they deliver on what they're saying they're going to deliver on, then it's going to be one hell of a show. I want that stock price finally it ends up at being. But the only other thing here, and we're just gonna jump straight to the bottom line. We're gonna straight up to the bottom line. At the end of June 2017, Tesla's profits ran a deficit of $666 million.
These numbers right here.
They ran a deficit of $666 million. At the end of June this year, they ran a deficit of $1.4 billion. What does that mean per share? Last year, it was $4.04. As a shareholder, you lost $4.07 per share. This year, you lost $8.42 per share. That is absurd. Those are horrible financials.
The financials are awful.
Those are horrible financials.
Everybody knew that the financials were horrible. They were going to be horrible this quarter. I mean, you hate to say it's already priced in, but anybody who has any money in Tesla and thinks that the financials are rosy, it really is going to come down to the production. You know what I mean? They gotta produce cars, they gotta sell cars, and they gotta improve that cash flow. You cannot afford another doubling of the per share debt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, year over year is horrible in the stock.
They can't do it anymore.
Dude, it's all about production and delivery. If they could up the production, up the delivery, they'll increase their cash flow. The interest rates are becoming a problem. So if they don't have to take out more debt, and maybe they could work on these, they've cornered the market here. They've created this a pseudo monopoly. They got so much fucking debt, it's gonna cave in on them. So
they have first mover advantage. I
mean, yeah, they got first to market advantage.
And really,
I don't know about first to market, but they got
first mover advantage. And Once Daimler comes out with like a nice Mercedes, I'd rather have a Mercedes than a Tesla.
Absolutely.
But the new Teslas do look nice. The girl I work with liked them. So I don't know.
Dude, that new Mercedes is fucking sharp.
Yeah, the Mercedes are always nice.
Yeah, but they got this new one that's really nice line down the middle.
So,
nice.
Back to Tesla. Pretty much what our position is, right? We laid out the facts. It all comes down to production. Will they be able to do it? And so we were sitting here arguing back and forth, and the deciding factor, really, what made us bullish. So let's just say first that we're both bullish, right? I think
after reading that, you can't not be bullish.
Yeah.
Let's see if they perform. If they don't, there's no bottom.
Yeah, let's just go back and let's just review it real quick. Just a quick overview on the supply and demand problem. They need to be able to supply. They said that their production and deliveries are going to increase. Their targets were by 74 and 94%. And those were conservative numbers. If you looked at their if they can make 5,000 per week, which they claim they can, it's conservative numbers moving forward.
The demand is there. They just need to run a business.
Yeah.
Honestly, those words couldn't be any more simple.
What did you do with that one sheet? That was the
what? This one?
No, this one.
Anyway, dude, the numbers that Tesla put in front of it, dude. You hope for them to be right. You hope for those numbers to be right.
Yeah, I mean,
that is awesome.
If those numbers are right, I mean, this stock's going to run. I mean, there's no question.
Yeah.
If they're able to cut their cash flow and they can service their debts, you know what I mean, without any more input. And if you think about it, they didn't have any like trickery. Like a few quarters ago, they did that thing where they were selling that like supercar cash to try to raise capital. And then
flamethrowers.
And then they had that thing in June where they had like the Model 3 people. They had to like lock in more deposit or something like that. They haven't done anything like that since then, which tells you that their cash flow is getting better. I haven't heard about any new bond offerings or anything like that. So, but what made us believe it the most?
The thing that came down to it, because there were still doubts in that goddamn
because
report.
Tesla's lied to us before about way less than this.
Yeah, way less than this.
So here it is. Elon Musk's Twitter profile.
This is the goddamn sports center of the fucking market here.
This guy's so bullish right now.
This guy couldn't be talking shit any harder than what he's talking shit right now. He's talking about what's going to happen with Tesla in the future. He's talking about simplifying interiors and no longer being available through certain dates. Order now if you want one. We're going to the moon, boys and girls. Twitter thought I got hacked. LOL, hacked my account. He was tweeting about fucking anime,
He was talking about what kind of porn he likes.
Dude.
Yesterday. You know what I mean?
Dude, that is the most bullish thing I've ever seen. This is straight 101 on shit talk, dude. If you're gonna beat someone, you talk about what you're jerking off to.
At the end of the day, in those 8-1 quarter calls, the 8-1s and the 5-2s, they were good numbers. They were improved numbers. They weren't perfect. Elon Musk overpromised back last year, and he paid the price the first 3 quarters in the earnings call. But this Twitter account, he is talking. He is throwing it back at the short sellers in a way he hates those guys.
He hates those
motherfuckers. He is bullish,
bro,
and he's not going to act like
tunnels.
this. Yeah, he's not acting like this.
He's pushing up his earnings.
Yeah.
Dude, he's talking about Model 3's longer range, rear-wheel drive is still available for ordering off menu for another week or so. Dude, he's telling people, listen, we're changing gears. It's all going to be reported in the earnings.
He's bullish.
Yeah. Dude, this guy's got a game plan. He just got kicked off the chair. Something must have clicked up in Crazy Man's head.
Yeah.
And he's going to be serious for at least the next 48 hours.
Yeah.
Which is all that matters, right? I mean, so...
And so what you're looking for at the end of the day in this earnings call, it's got to be an increase in deliveries. I mean, if they didn't, but let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Cash on hand.
We live in an area where there's a Tesla dealer. There's one in Short Hills, and there's also one down 22. And I've seen more Teslas. I used to drive home looking at Tesla trucks. Yeah.
Tesla 18-wheelers. You can take 22 or 78. They were on both. People are getting their Teslas delivered.
We live in an area where people drive Teslas.
Yeah, dude, I see Teslas every single day. I see multiple Teslas every single day.
There was a point where it was like a rare thing. It was like, ooh, there's a Tesla.
What kind of car is that?
Yeah, exactly. They look cool. Now it's a very common thing. I mean, you see them everywhere.
Another thing that I want to see is if their production slides a little, and we didn't really talk about that, but I just thought of this. Is when they upped their numbers, some of the things were going wrong. They weren't producing their cars to the same standard, and we'll see that in time. But it seemed like they were going to back off the 5,000 a week number and do what was more sustainable and more profitable for them. And I just want to see if that is so the case. If so, then we got a fucking raging bull on our hands.
Yeah, if they were able to increase production, increase deliveries, and go and improve the cash flow to any significant degree, this ain't going down. The stock's not going to go down. So,
dude, this stock single-handedly held up the Nasdaq yesterday. Single-handedly turned this fucking market around. As soon as the Citrus Group came out and said anything about it, now I was talking to him and he had some different views about it, some more macro views about it, but. Dude, this stock is powerful. This stock is powerful, and it's not something to be played with. Dude, it's not something to be played with.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. I'm down pretty heavily this quarter, and it's been tough for me. And I'm so tempted just to buy some. You know what I mean? And I've been short Tesla. I'm telling you, I'm the biggest.
Fuck it.
The biggest Tesla bear. And I came down here thinking I was going to be a bear. After going through the numbers and looking at and what they need, and actually what I think needs to happen, they're selling Teslas. I see them every day. They're moving Teslas, and the owners acting like they're producing Teslas. So I think Teslas. I think it's
extremely bullish.
I think they're going to beat earnings.
Yeah, I can't. Dude, I was on here talking shit about Teslas and how much I hate Teslas. I guess. I don't know, dude. I'm not jealous of Teslas, dude. I think they're fucking shitty ass cars that can't go 500 miles. But dude, I think the Teslas. I think Tesla as the industry as the company, dude. What Elon Musk is talking about right now, what he's doing on Twitter, what we've seen from him in the past 6 weeks, dude. He got that settlement from the FCC. He shut his fucking mouth. And the next time he opened his mouth was to talk about how much he loves fucking anime. Yeah. It just so happened to be a week.
It's so ridiculous.
Dude, it's ridiculous, but think about who we're talking about.
Yeah.
And
after we're saying you're talking about Elon Musk, this company's a dog. I'm not going to hold it any longer than a quarter.
Dude, I'm like holding a week.
Maybe a week. We'll see. That's why we play the game. Well,
this is the Dan Dunn Show. This is the partner in crime. This is Robert. This is Bob. Whatever he wants to be called. He could be Mojo. He's the taco eating fucking champ.
And taco eating champ 2018.
That's right.
I got a belt.
Right. He's got a fucking dude. Yeah. He's got a belt. It's an official one too. Anyway, thanks for fucking watching. This is the Dan Dunn Show. We're bullish on fucking Tesla earnings for fucking Q3.